Welcome back to Hardly Minding My Business. I am your girl Dash. And yeah, I'm here and I don't feel like explaining anything, so I'm just gonna get into the podcast and start going. But yeah, we're here. We're doing the things. We're back at it again, okay? And we got things to talk about. So let's just get right into it. First of all, the world is on fire. Okay? This country on fire. But nonetheless, we are here to discuss the things, and I'm going to leave the heavy stuff to the experts. Hopefully this will be fairly light. We'll see. um but yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it as light as possible. First of all, before we even get into it, can we talk about something real quick? Because I had this weird thing happen on the internet, and I'm like, do I need to just get off the internet completely, because this is very weird. So I'm scrolling on that app that I love to scroll on. And I come across this video of, and I was doing something else at the same time. So I'm like half paying attention, half not paying attention. But I come across this video of a woman who, she herself is not in the video. I don't think she is. She herself was not in the video, but she's taking a video of her surroundings and basically saying she'd rather be somewhere else. And in the video is a man who is very obviously, I don't know if she actually says it explicitly, but very obviously her man in the video. So I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh, okay, this is a funny video. It was cute. It was like maybe 10 minutes, 10 seconds long. So I didn't think anything of it, but as I'm doing something else, the video loops and I look up at the video and I see the guy again and I'm like, do I know him? Do I? So now I'm curious and I'm like, all right, let's let the video loop one more time, and I pause it right as it gets to the man. Now you can't see him head on, so I'm not, so it's like I think I know this man, but maybe I don't know this man. I don't want to make myself a liar by saying, "Oh, I know him" or whatever. And honestly, even if it is the person I know, I don't. It was, I don't know what to do there. It was more jarring to me that this person's account found me, right? Like, I don't think anybody was looking for me. I don't think it was anything like that. I just think the internet does what it does, and the algorithms do what they do, because I go to the person's profile because now I'm like, all right, well, maybe this person is popular. And I watch a lot of content, a lot of Black girl content, and it could just be that this person is, just randomly in my feed. So I look at her account, I look at her profile, and I start to notice a couple of videos that I've seen before. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. I think this is why I'm seeing her in my feed right now, because I've looked at other videos that she's done. She does lifestyle content. She does some vlogging. I'm really into vlogs, like, come spend the day with me and stuff like that. Or I went to, these are my 3 favorite places to go get coffee, things like that. I love content like that. So she posts similar content. I don't think I ever followed her because some of her takes I just didn't agree with, to be honest. It felt very much like someone who isn't from the New York area and, giving recommendations of things that are like, I, I don't take y'all's recommendations when y'all recommend chains to me. I'm just like, what? If you can get it all over the country, that doesn't excite me. And it's fine. If it excites you, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, I want to hear about the things that I don't already know about. Anyway, upon further research, I realized I am almost certain that this is a man that I was once interested in. Um it was just really weird that this was that his girlfriend who has less than 1,000 followers. So it's not even like we could say, this is just random. I don't know how the app knew anything about any interactions. I don't know. I know sometimes it could be your contacts, trying to put your contacts, all kinds of things. I just thought it was really, really freaking strange, really bizarre. I didn't do anything with it. I figured it out by looking at a couple other videos, and I was like, oh, okay, well, good for them. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's not really much to say here other than I just thought it was weird that the algorithm did that. I did not I did not follow her, for anyone who's wondering. I did I before I shut this down, I did check Instagram because I was like, am I crazy? Like, let me go and see if I can find that person on Instagram to see if maybe there's like a video or a picture of her so that I can get confirmation that this is this person. I did not get that, but I was like, this is really weird. I have not spoken to this person in years, multiple, several years. Also, when we were speaking, we went on one, we knew each other for a while. We went on one date and had one dalliance, and that was it. It was done after that. So I was very confused why this was happening, but I was like, you know what? Let me go on ahead, get off this lady's page and go mind my business because we have no business here. There's nothing to see here. They should go about and live their lives. I think they're cute, actually. I was like, oh, okay, good for them. I like this. I like this. She seems like a great girl for him. I was not. She seems like a great girl for him. And I was like, oh, this is nice. But also, how did you land in my feed? This is so random and so weird. Has this ever happened to y'all? I feel like it happens to people every now and again. Well, somebody I was following uh, said somebody they went on a date with and ghosted actually commented on one of their photos and was like, uh-huh, yeah, you ghosted me a year ago or something like that. I was like, woof. I don't know if I would do that. Would y'all do that? I don't think that I would have the balls to be like, yeah, you ghosted me. Also, if you ghosted me, I don't want to speak to you. I don't want any interaction with you because why? What business do we have? The business is over. The moment you ghosted me, the business was over. And that's really it. Like, what more is there for anyone to say between the two of us? I don't know and I don't get it. Anyway, that brings me to petty or not. It's gonna be a really quick and simple petty or not. And some of y'all are not gonna like this, and that's okay because it's petty or not. But petty or not for this week. It's finally fall. Okay? This is not dropping on our regular episode date, but by the time you watch this, it will already be fall. Birkenstock clocks are back because it's fall. They're still ugly. They just still are. That hasn't changed since last fall. It's not going to change next fall. They're still hideous. They're still terrible. But y'all have fun with them. Have fun. Whew. You know who's not tired of the internet? Cardi B. Cardi B just did her big one. And when I say she did her big one, I mean the album rollout was perfect. If you want to hear me rave about Cardi B's album rollout, you know where to go. You know where that happens. I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm here to talk, first of all, congratulations to Cardi on her album, on her baby, on her relationship. Like, she's got a lot going on. She's getting ready to go on tour after she has the baby. So she's got a lot going on. Good for her. I know some people don't feel the same way. Some people are very upset about the album. Some people are upset about the baby. I don't have any opinions on people doing what they want to do with their lives. I really don't, as long as it's not harmful to others. Um, I have no reason to believe that Cardi B does not take care of her children. So there's no reason for me to say anything bad about her um, uh, having another child. I don't know anything about that man. I've heard some rumors. Um, I haven't read it or seen it anywhere. I just honestly have heard rumors from other things that people have said. It sounds like he may have some issues when it comes to having children, but I'm also not privy to all of that. So I'm gonna leave this where this is, and I'm not even going to address that. What I really do want to talk about, though, is she did say something about him that I thought was really interesting when she did her Gayle King interview. Everybody's going to Gayle King these days. Gayle is Gail's got the exclusive as far as I'm concerned. Okay. This is where people go. This is like the respectable, you want everybody to see that you're out and about, and there's something you want everybody to know. Go to Gayle King. Gayle does her thing. We know that Gayle is gonna ask the questions that need to be asked. Gayle is also gonna ask the questions that maybe shouldn't be asked. If you know, you know. So of course she spoke to Cardi B. Cardi B had a lot to say about her work ethic, about her new relationship, about this is where she actually announced that she is in fact pregnant, when we were all sitting here thinking, well, we knew. We could tell, Cardi. We could tell that you were. We could see it. But then you tried to hide it, but you also tried to act like you weren't. It very weird, just all of it very weird. But the point here is that we now know that Cardi B is pregnant. She's with this man, Stefan Diggs, I believe his name is. He's a football player. You see, I don't know a lot about this man. It was something she said that somebody actually asked me, am I going to discuss this? Something she said was that he said to her, let me heal you, when she spoke of her, previous relationship and the difficult time she had in her marriage, dealing with infidelity and all kinds of things with her um, soon to be ex-husband Offset. He said, "Let me heal you." Now, hmm, hmm. Would that get y'all? Now, people have different opinions on healing. Some people feel like you need to be healed before you meet your person. Some people feel like healing doesn't happen unless you're actively living your life, which sometimes means being in a relationship and like being able to practice healing in that relationship. I, I, I think things happen differently for everyone. I also think that everyone's experiences are different from one person to the next. So it's really not easy for me to define what your situation should look like. This feels like a line to me. And maybe I'm just too skeptical. Of course, I would want to be with someone who is committed to me working through my traumas, being able to grow from adversity, and being able to put that into practice with them, right? But this also sounds very like I can fix it. And I guess that's okay. That's not terrible. But also, I hope this man is not selling Cardi B bullshit. That's the bottom line. That's where I'm at. I hope he's not selling her bullshit. I hope that I hope that he is everything she says he is and everything she wants. And I hope it works out. I do. I get nervous. when there's too much overconfidence, like a healthy level of confidence is really sexy. And uh, I think very attractive, very much makes you feel safe, makes you feel like you can depend on this person. But some people perform confidence, and some people also perform trustworthiness until it gets to a certain point, and then they show you their true colors. I don't want that for Cardi. Cardi has been through a lot with Offset. They have 3 kids together. She has a 4th one on the way with this new guy. I really do hope that this is a healthy and happy relationship for her, and it doesn't turn into a shit show the way the relationship with Offset turned to a shit show. That's really all I have to say about it. The let me heal you thing, I think I would have looked at him like, really? Because but I don't know. I don't know that man. So maybe if I knew him and I felt like he was a credible dude, like he was somebody that I could really see myself with or kick it with or whatever the case may be, then maybe I would have been like, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I also feel like doing an interview and saying that without any with little additional context leaves a lot of room for interpretation. We don't know what the conversation was when they had it. We don't know how it was said exactly. We just know that this is what she's saying. And she seems to be happy. She said they're on the same page. They like to work just as hard as the other. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Do y'all see each other? They do. We've seen them outside. But I just feel like she was like, yeah, he loves to work. I love to work. And I'm like, do y'all? And there's more than 4 kids between the two of them. I believe he has children already. And possibly children on the way. All right, none of my business. I'm just going to move on from that because I have no idea. I really don't know. I really, really, really don't know. So I was perusing Madame Noir, and this kind of ties back to the Offset Cardi thing, right? Perusing Madame Noir, and they were asking the question: is porn the new adultery? And I was like, porn, adultery. I feel like the only time porn is adultery is when you're like consuming excessive amounts of porn, or you like can't perform in your relationship, or it's hindering things about your relationship. I, I don't know. Apparently, though, according to a Lilo study, it shows that people consider harmless flirting, watching porn, and chatting with an ex partner cheating. What context are you chatting with your ex partner? I, I feel like a lot of people have an issue with former partners being friends. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I think it's how you move in those interactions that say a lot about who you are and say a lot about how you value your current relationship. You should absolutely have boundaries with that person. I've seen people before, like ex-partners, they don't have no boundaries. They don't have no boundaries. When people do not have boundaries, boundaries get crossed, right? So it's really, you got to be able to make the distinction between your relationship that you are in and the relationships of the past. They're not the same. And they're also not they should not be at the same level that they were at when you were in a relationship with those people. It will not work. Um, but I don't think that that's a deal breaker. You being friends with an ex or something like that, I don't think that's a deal breaker, especially if it's something that happened like way, way, way in the past. And again, there's only platonic feelings, only platonic action happening. Then, I mean, I don't really see a problem with that. Harmless flirting. Are we really calling harmless flirting cheating these days? I mean, harmless flirting? No, that's not the thing that does it for me. Now, flirting in front of me or flirting in a way that is disrespectful to your partner, that's different. I feel like respect between partners is really important. That's really what it comes down to. What do you value, and what do you need to make you feel respected? You know? Um Watching porn again, I just don't see it. Like, and I am someone who believes that cheating doesn't have to be physical. Cheating can absolutely be emotional, but I think cheating is a very specific thing. Physical intimacy with somebody who is not your partner, cheating, right? Emotional intimacy with them on a level that would be the same level as your partner, cheating. Sleeping with somebody, cheating. Kissing someone else when we've decided that, like I said, physical intimacy, if we have decided that is the line, that's the line. You should also make sure that you are having these conversations with the people you're with, because that's important. You need to know where the boundaries are. You need to know what is possible and what is not. I think some people have more flexible relationships where they're able to do more or interact more with people. I don't think harmless flirting is an issue. If we go out and I end up getting us free drinks because of some harmless flirting, what's the big deal? Um, but like I said, it's about respect, and it's also, I think your intent does matter. Impact is important, of course, but I also think that your intent matters. Like, are you going out to actively flirt or look for things that don't align with your relationship goals? Because that's not cool, and that should be addressed. So I don't know. I think that people are very serious about a lot of things these days, and I'm not saying that certain things are not important, but I also think it's okay to know that other people desire your partner. I don't think that makes people bad, you know? I think that that makes people human. And I just feel like porn is cheating. Is it cheating because they're not doing it with you? Would you feel more comfortable if a person was looking at, if your partner wanted to watch porn, but they watched it with you? Is that the piece? I've heard men say before that they feel like that's cheating. What? It's an object. And if you know what you're doing, it can never be cheating. It's different. It's different, but it's not the same. Oh, can we go back to Cardi B real quick for a second? So I mentioned this on that other show I do, but Cardi B has a line where she says, I like to hold it while you pee. Are the girls holding the peen while men pee? Are y'all doing that? I don't want to do it. I'm not asking because I want to. I'm asking for information. Is that what the girls are doing? And what do you think about that? What does that make you feel? Like, what is does it turn is it that it turns you on? When you do that, that makes you want to have sex with him? Like, hold, holding it, and then somebody explain it to me, please. I truly, I want to know. I do. I'm curious. I'm interested. Hoo-wee. All right. I don't have a whole lot more. Uh, I had another topic, but I think I'm going to save that for the next episode. But what I will say is, as far as what I'm watching, just started Reasonable Doubt. Y'all know I love Reasonable Doubt. So I am back watching it. We've got Morris Chestnut back. We've also got Joseph Sikora. I think it's Joseph Sikora from Power. He's on the show, being a little weird and awkward and maybe a little creepy. So interesting. We've got a new plot for this season, as they've been doing in previous seasons. And yeah, they're, gonna solve a murder. So far, I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. The situation with Tony, I'm like, I just want Jax and her man to get back on track. And I just feel like they were in such a good place. And then this Tony stuff happened. And my heart also went out to that woman, because losing her baby and all of that, just the way she cried, the way she played the hell. She acted the hell out of that scene. I mean, I was like, "Oh, that I felt that. I felt that in my soul." So yeah, we're watching that. I just finished watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. I did not know that I was going to watch this show, but I saw a lot of people talking about it, and my niece was watching it. So I was like, you know what? Let me check this out, and it was actually pretty good. It was pretty irritating at times. Belly is such an irritating character, but I thought it was really interesting, and actually didn't like the ending. If you saw the ending, I won't spoil it. It just happened last week, but I did not like the ending. What I will tell you is, throughout watching the show, my stance has always been that Belly should not be with either Jeremiah or Conrad, and Conrad and Jeremiah should also go off and find other people to be with. I just, at some point, it was like, none of these people should be together. The only two people who should be together are the brother and the best friend. That's it. Those are the only two people that should be together on that show. You have other thoughts, you can let me know in the comments. As far as tweet of the week, I don't really have one this week. So I'm just going to close out the show now, and I will see you when I see you.